But you are placing this money off island. I mean, there must be lots of businesses here, the space industry, the optics, all these sort of high-tech things that you've been trying to push. You couldn't find a way, or can other people come to you and say, oh, I'd like you to invest with me now, you know, as you're doing something with them?
Well, there is another resolution on Tynwald next week, which would seek to expand Treasury's strategy beyond just investment in the film industry into other opportunities. So there may well be an opportunity at some point for that sort of thing to happen. But you must recognise that the world economy is in turmoil at the moment. Every country in the world, large or small, is battling for every niche opportunity it can get to grow its own domestic economy. And the Isle of Man has got to be in there fighting with them.
You'd say it's a risk, though. Are you prepared to put your neck on the line on this one?
It's a risk. There's no question about a risk. I introduced the film industry in the first place back in the end of the 80s, in fact, when I first suggested it. If you look at one of our other successes, e-gaming, I introduced e-gaming at the end of the 90s. There was a lot of skepticism, a lot of criticism at that time about taking the island down that course, particularly a risk to the reputation of the island and the damage that might do. Now, it is only because of the success, the huge success of the e-gaming over the last 10 years, that the Isle of Man currently is staying out of recession. It now produces 9% of our GDP, they employ 700 people, and in the last full year it showed 40% net growth. That was a risky area for the Isle of Man to go in. No other country in the world at that time had attempted to regulate e-gaming, but it's paid off magnificently. Now, not every investment that the Isle of Man government makes will work. Some will fail, and I fully accept that, and I take responsibility for it. But if we can identify more niche opportunities which give us that future growth, then that will protect the Isle of Man and protect growth opportunities and revenues for government for many, many years to come.
Are you expecting a bumpy ride in Tynwald? Because my backbenchers who kind of, you know, you hear things, are saying it's pretty much a done deal. It will go through, they won't be able to stop it. You've got a good whip out there to make sure it's going to sail through.
All members have had a series of presentations on the background to this. There have been a number of one-to-one presentations where members have been able to ask questions and to get the answers from those within the industry, from Treasury.
Do you think it will sail through?
We will have to see. We never take anything for granted in Tynwald votes, but I think certainly the feedback I've had from members has been pretty positive, and with one or two reservations, quite naturally, I think the chances are it will go through, yes.